All right, guys, it's been a while since I posted a video about the Ideal Slider 55 restoration that I'm undertaking. This is the first time that I've done this type of soda machine before. So I thought I'd give you an update on where we're at on disassembly. This was probably the most difficult part so far, is this compressor, fan, radiator unit. The fittings that are on here for the refrigeration, original fittings were iron or steel, whatever. They rusted badly, so luckily I was able to find a local guy, old-timer refrigeration guy, who was able to safely discharge the unit and crimp the piping and put on brass fittings for me so I could remove this cooling unit in preparation for getting the cabinet powder coated. This was a necessary evil to cut the line, even though the thing was actually turned on. It was actually working, it seemed like, but we had to cut the line because those of you who work with these Ideal sliders know that the copper tubing continues from the bottom up into the side panels of the cooling box, and it's a continuous line. There's no way to disconnect it safely unless you discharge the unit, and the best way to do it is to cut a line and crimp it. So that's what we had this refrigeration guy do. I just picked this up today. I'd already done a little bit of sandblasting on it, but I'm going to sandblast this some more and then, apply some paint onto this compressor unit. It was good that we actually got this refrigeration guy to discharge it. He said there was less than 2 ounces in the unit when he discharged it. This unit specifies 8 ounces of R12 Freon in there, so it wouldn't have run very well. It probably would have burned out the compressor over time. So it's good that we had to do this. So that's the compressor unit finally out of the unit. This is just going to show you a quick overview of the cabinet with everything removed. This is the stage that we're going to take this to the powder coating company. They're going to sandblast it and powder coat it for us. Again, I've showed you in some other videos, you can see the dark Pepsi blue here, the original color. At some point, probably in the 60s or 70s, this was repainted light blue because Pepsi changed their color to light blue for their machines. But this dark blue, Pepsi blue, is definitely the original color from the 1950s when this unit was put into service. So we've removed everything we can remove off of this unit. Unfortunately, this lower skirt area, which is black, does not come off. It's welded to the rest of the unit, which is disappointing. But I'm hoping that my powder coater can apply black to the bottom and blue to the top. That's the plan, at least. Here you can see the inside. You can see the inside of the embossing for the Pepsi logo there. And of course, there it is on the outside. I stripped that earlier with some paint stripper just to see how the embossing was on there. So it's not in bad shape. There's a couple extra holes in this thing that somebody put in over the years. There's one of them right there. There's one on the front. They put at some point 4 extra holes here, probably for a hasp to lock the lid maybe. It's the only thing I can guess. There's another extra hole there. Hopefully we're going to plug those and fill those in with filler before we get this powder coated. And then this is the innards of the unit. So again, we had to have the refrigeration guy disconnect the lines here, the return line and the feeding line, the copper tubing, crimp those. And I've just got done removing the insulation from this. You can see it was a mess because there's this pitch, pine tar type stuff in here that was coating everything. But we were able to remove the insulation from the sides and from the bottom. And there you can see the inside of the galvanized tub. So we're going to clean this galvanized tub up, do the best we can to clean this outside here. These cooling tubes would have been spot welded onto the sides and would have been spot welded over here. And then there's a couple that actually run on the bottom of the unit it's sitting on. So we may have to see about reconnecting those before we put the whole thing back together. And then this is the base that that whole unit was sitting on. So there was a layer of fiberglass insulation on top of this piece of galvanized sheet metal. This is the bottom. And then there was the fiberglass insulation, and then this innard inside of the cabinet sat on top of that. So I'm going to see if I can clean this up. This fiberglass insulation is really adhered to this galvanized. Worst case, I can probably go to a local sheet metal place and have a replacement part fabricated for that. So I'm not too worried about it. But yeah, we're getting ready to take it over. Hopefully to get the powder coating done on the cabinet. And the refrigeration guy is an old timer. Seems like he knows what he's doing. So that'll all be put back together once the unit has been powder coated and detailed. That'll be like one of the last steps, putting everything back as far as the innards and reconnecting everything. And finding a replacement for R12 that can work in the unit. There's a couple options I've heard about, and this guy seems like he knows what he's doing. And so that's where we're at. Just wanted to give you guys an update. Thanks for watching.